Morning. Good morning, Professor.
Morning, Professor.
Hey, hey, good morning. Just give me 1 sec, okay? Gee, I need to switch this tab to something else. Okay. There we go. Great, great. Okay. I'll switch to the
Hey,
gallery.
Kai,
Oh, my
John.
calendar is my camera is not off on and my brightness level. Okay, that's better. That's much better.
Julian
Great,
and Kai,
great.
do either of you have the coding rooms link from last class?
Great.
have it.
Yeah. In fact, this is the beginning of week 9, isn't it? Or is it week 10?
I think it's 9.
Okay, 9. So we have 3 more weeks, and my plan was 9. Yeah, okay. I think we can still continue to look at that. But I do want to start looking at searching this week, okay? It's either today or on Thursday. I want to look at searching techniques. Sorting, not so much, because we'll have a chance to revisit sorting many times in 2B and 2C. But searching is so basic, so I'd like to do that. So how about we do a quick demo of any of you guys who've completed your animations, and then we can wrap that up and move on. Let's wait. Anyway, it's only 8:03, and then we'll try some search techniques today. How about that? Is that okay with you guys? Yeah? Or well, I shouldn't be asking you guys, right? I mean, because I should be asking guys who come late. So we'll yeah. How about you guys just carry on a conversation now? It doesn't matter. Hey, June and Kai, you guys here now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. June, are you on too? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Professor, good morning.
Great, good morning. Okay, how about this? Until about 8:10 or 8:15, okay? You guys carry on a conversation. I'm going to be hearing, within earshot. I'll listen to everything you say. I'm going to be sitting here, actually. I just turn around. And so talk about any doubts you have, and help each other. And if there's anything that you need my input on, say, ask me, all right? And then I'll turn the laptop around and answer. Right? 10 minutes until more people turn up, and then we can start. Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other specific questions that I need to answer before you guys start talking? Also, take that time to set up for your own demos also, right? Maybe talk to each other about what kind of animation you have, and any problems you want to fix at the last minute, or any new features you want to introduce. All of that is fine. Yeah. So good now. I can just turn the laptop around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just call me if you need. Okay. I'm just going to be here.
You and Kai, do either of you have the coding rooms link from last class? Kai or Sean wasn't here.
I wasn't here last class either.
Okay. Do you have it?
Let me check.
Thanks. Keenan. So, what did you animate for, like, I guess the homework or what you're gonna present?
So we made an animate method that went from, okay, so you gave it a set number of characters in the ASCII library, like,
Mhm.
and it basically like randomly went through those until it landed on the right character,
Mhm.
and then it would lock. So have you, like, you know, like the matrix effect where it like goes like random characters and then it stops on like where it's supposed to be and it kind of like decodes, it looks like.
Mhm.
That's what we did.
Oh, I see, I
I'm still
see.
looking for the, I'm trying to go through my history and find the coding.
Oh, I see, I see. And then,
The problem is I
like,
was
what
in
you?
a incognito tab, so I have to find, I don't know if I even opened it in a non-incognito tab.
Oh, okay, okay. And then the assignment was to make make that effect with your own word or something.
Yeah, I don't think anybody actually made their own, or no, not with your own word, because changing the word is just in main.
Oh yeah, I
But
see, I see. Like changing the effect.
yeah, changing the effect. But I don't think anybody did it. I didn't. I didn't even realize we were gonna make our own.
I see.
I found it.
Thanks.
Dang.
You gotta put main.cpp after -o.
No.
Is it not?
Can you see it? Are you on the document? Did you see it? Oh, you're muted, but I see that you said yeah.
Can I get editing permission? I want to run it. Oh, hello. Did you hear me? Or was I muted? Okay.
You should have permission though.
No, that's cool.
You can also mess with the main and like you can literally make it say anything.
Okay.
Hey guys, are you ready for class?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Okay. You know, anytime there's silence, it means that you guys have run out of stuff to talk about.
Oh, we were looking at the code from last class.
Oh, you were? Okay. All right. Anyway,
Sean,
so
did
what
you
we'll
run
do
it?
is basically
What's that?
today I'm thinking here's my plan. Okay. We'll just do 15 to 20 minutes of you guys doing demos of your animations, and then you can send me your packs and I'll install them in the student achievements folder. But then let's move on to talk about searching. And in order to, and the reason I want to do that is because if some of you have, I know many of you have not yet mastered, the week 7 material, basically to do with classes and objects. I don't want that, and there are quite a few of you like that, right? I know there's a lot of you who have also moved on past classes and things, but there are also a lot of you who haven't done, mastered classes and objects yet. And then I thought that, well, the way our teaching material is structured is that we have some concepts to learn in this class and the following classes, but those concepts are independent of whether you understand how classes and objects work. Does that make sense? Okay, all right. So that's why I'm going to say at this point that classes and objects are going to be important from the perspective of the final exam and from the perspective of point of view of 2B and 2C and anything you want to do in your life as a programmer. Classes and objects are going to be an important part. Whether you use object-oriented programming or not, that way of thinking is going to help you. So you're going to have to learn that anyway. But we're not going to belabor that anymore in our class, right? Except for the exams. What we'll do from now on until the end of the class, end of the course, really, right? The remaining 3 weeks is talk about techniques and concepts that don't require knowledge of objects and methods and parameter passing, because all of those, parameter passing and functions we've been doing since day one. So that's not an issue. But objects and methods and things like that, that's part of material that you can learn for the midterm and not for the midterm, for the final. So that's, I'm not too worried about that, right? And you got to pick that up anyway before you enroll in 2B. So today, with your permission, we'll do a round of demos of anyone who has code to demo. You should basically pick up the screen and show this is the animation I created. Okay, and then demo it and then share that code with me, and then I'll put it in the student archive for everybody to look at from now on, right? So I haven't done the thing, the other one yet, but I've got it all in place. So I'll after you send me this, I'll put it there. And if any of you have good HTML skills, you can also create a homepage, like these are the achievements of w22 students or something like that, and put links to the various files. I'm happy to host that web page, right? So that's a plan for today. So who would like to demo their code today? right? Their animation, whatever animation they created is fine. And you can go into the code and explain what it does if you like, or you can just say, this is my demo, right? And this is the animation I created, and you can just explain how the animation works, right? And, you know, for example, the one we did in class where the letters moved from here, like on a marquee, right? So hello, world, or something like that, and the letters just floated from the right to the left. Yes. So and you can, without having to explain the code, you can basically say, this is how we did it. Right, we had a string, and then we copied the string over like that, and that's enough. No C++ needed, right? But we know it's C++ because you wrote it in C++. So I'd like to basically hand over to you at this point, and after that, what we'll do is anyone can pick up the screen after your demos, and I'm thinking we'll start with some very basic search problems, meaning that we'll create an array of names, okay, of students or something like that. Or maybe we'll just write a very quick method to generate our automatic names. Hey, did we write a method in class that, oh, we only did sentences. We did sentences. Okay, well, maybe, you know, we can change that to generate a name. Or we'll just put the names of all the students in class, okay, and your friends and so on. We'll just put an array of names, and then we'll create artificial search problems. Okay, artificial search problems saying, hey, is Zane present in class? Okay, or or Giovanni or something like that, and then you have to search through the array and find the answer. And then we'll talk about how this problem can be approached if the list was not just like 15 or 20 students like now, but 15 billion or 15 trillion students all over the universe, right? How would you attack the same problem? Are there easy ways of searching through the list and to find what we want? Yeah, that's an interesting problem, isn't it? Because if it's just a handful of things, we can just do searches visually. Yes, I mean, because most humans don't even think about searching as a problem. Searching to us means, yeah, well, trying to remember, right, in our memory where I put something, right, and search the. But really, if I want to look at a wall and find out where a painting is hung on it or something like that, I just look at it and there it is. But if it was not a wall like that, but it was like a huge surface area, right? Then I have to be systematic about it. I just can't see, right? And there's the answer. So I have to come up with a system and say, well, if I did this, then eventually I will find. if the answer exists, I will find it. Yeah. So that is called searching. And so we will do. So as I said before, no classes needed, no classes, objects, any of that needed. What we'll do is basically, I hope that everybody here in class today so far is familiar with arrays. We'll use arrays. Yeah, arrays. Everybody okay with arrays? Ali and Sean and Kai, I can see Kai and Giovanni, right? June, you got to speak up, okay? All of you guys, you got to speak up. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll just use arrays, and then we're going to use a couple of functions. We'll just create a couple of functions that say, search this array to see if Kai is a member of that list. Yeah. And then we'll do that, and then look at different ways in which that can be done. Essentially, this is the core of what you will be implementing, I believe, in quest number 7. In quest number 7, after quest 6, it actually gets slightly easier because, well, in quest 7 is slightly hard for people who have never implemented binary search in their lives. But binary search is a technique whereby we say, we're going to search cleverly, not, because most of the search we can't do in a brain dead way and still get the answer sequentially, one after another. Yeah. And but binary search says, we can actually be clever about this. If this is going to be a repeating thing, you're going to keep asking me again and again for the same kind of things. Just let me know so I can, set things up so I don't have to do every time you ask me, I don't have to do so much work. Yeah. Okay. So that is what binary search is. If you know that you're going to be asking for a certain kind of thing again and again, you can just tell the array, hey, array, I'm going to be searching you like 1 trillion times for the, this kind of thing. So prepare yourself. Okay, and then the area will say to you, okay, all right, you're going to be, I don't want to be doing so much work, so I'll just rearrange myself, jiggle into place. Okay, so the next time a search request comes, it doesn't have to do so much work. Okay, just the a receptionist can enter a phrase and give the answer, and so like that is binary search. Okay, so that's we'll touch upon that today, and you don't have to implement binary search, but it will be a way of for you to start playing with binary search. And you can play with binary search today and on Thursday. In fact, what we'll do is whatever search technique we're going to try and quote today, we'll just extend that into Thursday, because this entire week I would like it if we just talked about searching and nothing else. Searching techniques and how we can bring various kinds of intelligences to bear on the searching problem. Hey, Kaylee, are you in a vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, well, I spoke to Ron about not only you, but many students who are in the car parking lot for their 8 a.m. classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he said to pass on the message, and that students should probably know this already, but if not, please let them know. All right. So this is what he said. The PSAC building is open and it's warm, and it has sofas and everything. PSAC, you know where PSAC is? It's KJ's is in PSAC. So you enter that way. It's the KJ's, and you go all the way through. It's PSAC, but there's another entrance on the side. As soon as you come up the stairs, with the atom sculpture to your right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so there's an entry to the PSAC building immediately to the left. That brown building, the big brown building, the glass doors on the left. If that door is open at 8 a.m.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look.
So yeah, okay. So please pass this on to when you climb out of your car to get into that building. Not now, okay. If you see any of the poor souls in the parking lot, let them know to go into the PSAC building, okay. And that way, when KJ's opens, you can also wander in there and get a bite to eat.
Sounds good.
Okay, all right. So this is our plan today. So you guys are going to take the screen one at a time and demonstrate whatever animation you guys have built, okay, one after another. We don't have to go into the details of the code. And then we're just going to talk about searching techniques using an array without requiring knowledge of classes and objects. So nobody has to feel that, oh my gosh, I don't know about classes and objects, so there's no way I can learn this follow-on material. No, this follow-on material is not contingent on that. Usually it is. The quests are, right? If I think that that is the misconception that many students have with questing. Say I can skip quest 4 and go on to quest 5. That doesn't work with questing, okay? Because in questing, every quest builds on to another one. So you can't skip one and do the other one, because essentially you're going to be doing this work also in order to pass that, right? So you're just missing out on trophies that way. So, but in this particular sequence, unfortunately, the way that the syllabus has been structured, I think maybe I can just restructure the way I teach things next quarter. Right? Because in order to learn about searching and things like that, you don't need to know about objects. In fact, objects and methods and everything can just come right at the very end of class, right? Like in week 9, 10, 11. Yeah, last 3 weeks we talk about objects, right? Until then, we can talk about searching and sorting even, right? Because these are all computer science concepts. Yeah, maybe I'll think more about that, and also talk to some of my other colleagues, because they're, I'm pretty sure many of you have done Java and the Python sequence. And I have a high degree of suspicion that this is the same sequence they also follow. So maybe we'll talk about this on our Friday meeting. At our Friday meeting. Who wants to go first and demo? I think there's a lot more students now. Hey, Yuhao, do you have something to demonstrate today? You don't have to, but if you do have, today is your chance. So I think Keenan, you have a demo to go, right? You have an animation. I heard you and Sean talking about something. Keenan, are you there? Well, anyway.
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you have an animation to show?
No, I didn't make my own. I didn't realize that we were making our own.
Who has an animation to show? Or else we'll just pick up that coding rooms thing. I think we got it to work at the end. Keenan, did we get it to work?
Yeah, we got it to work.
Okay, all right. Let's just pick up that. I don't know. Is that code still alive? Do you have the link or something?
Yeah, it's actually in the chat. I'll resend it right now.
Oh,
for
great,
everyone
great.
who
Okay.
just joined.
So we'll just do that demo at the very least. If anybody else has a demo, if Kaylee has adapted her demo to fix that problem that you had, you can show that too. You don't have to do that now, but you can fix that later and send it to me in that package that I can put in the Foothill directory. So that's okay as well. But if you want to demo it in class, that's fine. Okay, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for all of you to demo your code. Right? Take 5 minutes, five or 10 minutes, and I don't think you'll take more than 5 minutes. But hey, Keenan, if you can pick up the code and just and we'll just get the coding rooms demo that we built last class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me open it in an incognito tab.
Uh-huh.
Can you see it?
I can see it. Yes. Everybody see it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to reduce the size of the font a bit. Yeah, I can fit more of you. Okay, I think I can get most of you and
Just gonna
still
build
see
it
it.
really quick.
Actually, I can see it better with these glasses. Okay, I can get Fernando also. Well, not that he's got his camera on, but still. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? I can't. This is too fine font. Yeah, that's much better for me. Okay. In fact, if you click on flipbook.h, for the people who are, we'll just say what it does. So we're not going to belabor this anymore, other than the demo, but just so people who haven't fully understood classes and objects yet are not completely lost, this is what it is. Okay. What we did was defined a class called flipbook. Okay. And I think we just came up with a name for it in class. It's called flipbook because it has a page of a fixed width inside of it, which is basically a string. Now, please, well, I'm not talking about any objects or classes here. These are just concepts, so please stay in step with me and let me know if you don't understand or if you fall out of step with me. Just let me know, all right? And this is a class we've created, a container, a structure, inside of which there's a string, which we are calling our page. So essentially, it's a one-dimensional page. It's not two-dimensional, so you can go up and down. You can only go left and right. So it's one-dimensional page. Yeah? Yes or no? A string is a one-dimensional page. So inside of this flipbook, we have a page. And when you say animate, right, it has only one. We supplied it a method called animate. Okay? And when you say, give me a flipbook, animate it with the string, okay? All it's going to do is that it is going to print the page, okay? Wait for 50 milliseconds, change the page in some way. Don't forget about how it does it. Print it again in 50 milliseconds. It's going to keep doing that ad nauseum, infinitely. Basically, that's your flipbook effect, isn't it? You see a page, and then that page goes away, you see another page. And you keep doing that every 50 milliseconds, you get the illusion of animation, yes? However, the trick with flipbook is that instead of printing each string and then the next string on the next line and the next line, which is /n, we print the flipbook's animate method will print the string and print the next string after a /r instead of a /n. So what happens is that the same line keeps getting over and over and over again, which gives us our animation illusion. Yeah? Okay, so that is what our flipbook is. And instead of one animate method, our plan was next quarter, I think when I think I'll use the same example. We'll refine this a bit more so we get more done. We said, what we decided to do was instead of one animate method, we said, let's have many animate methods. saying, animate Kai, animate Keenan, animate Ali, and animate Kaylee, and so on and so forth, right? And I think Noah had his first animation done. I think I don't know where that's gone now, right? But so, and then we said, let's not even name it after the first names of these people, right? Let's just name it after the effect, so that people can just say, give me a flip book, and then in this flip book, I want the marquee animation, I want the shuffle animation, I want this. So you can just say, I have this. This is a flip book which has a stock of 20,000 different animations you can choose, right? And so here's the string, and I want to use this particular animation, and it'll just give you that animation on a line. How cool is that? So I think we produced 2 like that, and if you guys produce any more, all you have to do is just share that animation with me, and I'll put it up in our directory, right? So that for anyone who downloads it, they will say, comment under comment marquee. They might say, animate marquee would say, animate marquee was created by Keenan Ligeti, winner 22, right? And then you could have many animate methods, and that'll be really cool. And future students, I could say maybe in 5 years' time, you're going to create one-dimensional animations, because I don't know, right? Even if we're dealing with n dimensions in virtual space in some future time, if I'm teaching one of those students, I would still have to tell them, forget about the n dimensions first, all right? Let's go back to 1 dimensions, right? And make sure we have our act correct in 1 dimension, because if it doesn't work in 1 dimension, it's never going to work in n dimensions. Yes. Except we'll have a much harder time debugging it in n dimensions, but we'll have a much easier time debugging it in 1 dimension. Yes. Okay, so that's what I always say. No matter how sophisticated our technology gets, we have to get solid in our logic, which operates at 0 dimensions first. All right, and then we can start adding dimensions and multiple dimensions, and even go to continuous logic. Everything will be solid because we start with solid foundations. That is why I think cs2a is one of the best courses. 1a, 2a, 3a, all of these beginning level courses are the top courses in any class. And I think I mentioned this in a previous quarter. I don't even know which quarter, many quarters ago, maybe. I think I've had this. This is my hypothesis, right? A theory. No matter which school you go to, famous schools, whatever, right? I think what I've noticed is that when I go and attend these research seminars and advanced courses, grad level courses, many times, many times, the person who's teaching me is not the prof, right? These advanced courses, they're being taught by RAs and postdocs and research assistants. And the prof comes in once in a while. However, okay. So if I look at one of the entry level courses, right, 101 courses in the same universities, right, top-notch research institutions, you see these profs are teaching these courses, okay, the entry level courses. And when I initially, very early on, right, when I was like you, okay, so I was thinking, well, you know what, these experienced profs, they're basically taking it easy, because they're leaving all the hard courses to their RAs and TAs, and they're just doing the entry-level courses because that's no work at all, because they can just do it, right? But actually, I found out later on, or at least this is what I think now, is that the entry-level hard courses are much harder to teach, right? And entry-level students are also, I think, in my opinion, far too precious to lose. Right? So this is a time when your mind is Morpheus, okay? And you could be interested in any damn thing, right? Anything, whether it's good or bad too. Who knows? Maybe you can even be distracted to do something that's bad for you in your life. And maybe you think that's really good for you too. Who knows? Right? So because your mind is very flexible and it's open and is willing to try a lot of things. So I think that at this point is very valuable. You are a very valuable asset to any teacher, not just me, any teacher. And that is why I think all universities, all classes put a great deal of their top resources to aim for their incoming freshmen, okay? Because that is the bunch of students who will actually, if they're turned, like, Darth Vader was trying to do in Star Wars, if you turn them in the right direction, and they could be a force for enormous potential good in the world. So that's why. Okay, so and I think that I don't know how we got started talking about that, but this is what we're trying to do. Okay, so you don't have to these are the animate methods, and send it to me. I'll put them up there, and let's do this animation. And yeah. All right, so one dimensional is really cool. So that's what we're doing. We're just animating the page by redrawing it in the same place. So if you run it now, and Ali, you have to bear with this because he's just running it on the command line. But it's the same. If you are on a Windows machine or something like that, that's essentially what it's going to do. Why is it not running?
I accidentally.
Oh
put a
yeah.
backslash
You
on
had a
mine
backslash
before.
in the first one. So yeah. Get rid of the. There you go.
There we go.
All right, so that is the animation we got. In fact, you can put any, let's edit the code and put in a random string that someone else can come up with today. Someone come up with a really crazy string that we can put there, and let's make it really long too, right? So it spans from a 90 or 100 characters. Get rid of the line, put it there, and let's see what the animation looks like. And also make it all caps too. I think make it all caps. It may look better too. Can someone come up with some random string that we can put there instead of what it shows now? I think the effect might look better, especially if it's all caps. Not random string means it has to be a sentence, a random sentence, right? Say something like breaking news. Breaking news. All students in cs2a scored something like that, A pluses, or whatever. It doesn't have to be true, right? It could be completely false, but say something sensational, right? What you could see appearing in the sky, like a cool message, right? The Matrix style. So come up with some crazy message, make it fun. Breaking news, all students, hey, come on, you don't have to do exactly what I said, do something else like
I
that.
know my creative muscle isn't very.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's
Do
not
the
just you.
on time one. Do that one was funny.
cs2a students showed up on time.
Yeah, okay. Showed up on time. On time. Yeah, okay, that's very cool. You make it even longer. I think that only fits this much, right? So we can go all the way. Yeah. 8 today. Yeah, today. And you just say hooray, 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 like 5 times. All right. And then let's play that animation and see what it looks like. Yeah, all right, cool. Oh, you got to compile it, right? You got to say G++ -o, is it? Yeah, .cpp main.cpp -o, flip. And then you can say semicolon. Yeah, all right, cool. All right. Hey, that's really cool. I can start making. I can make out what it is. You can actually make a game out of this. You can say 10 rounds. You'll get random sentences, and the first person to press, guess what the sentence will be, will press a buzzer and gets it right. Like Jeopardy or some of those game shows where the first person to guess correctly. But you can guess incorrectly, right? If you press the buzzer and you got the chance, you got to tell what the sentence will actually turn out to be. I don't know. I'm just tossing ideas out here, but that's one of the games you can build out of this. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do next quarter. Next quarter, what we'll do is we'll do one animation and say you can do more animations if you want, but we're going to build a game out of this. All right, so we'll do this on Tuesday, and on Thursday we'll build a game. Saying our game is going to be you get a random sentence. And from a stockpile like Balderdash, right? Dictionary, you get a random sentence, and then you'll get an animation that plays out for 15 seconds. We'll time it, right? 15 seconds, and then the clock starts, and then the first person to hit enter has got the buzzer, and then they have to say what they guess the final sentence is, and it'll freeze. The animation will freeze there, right? When you press a buzzer. and then we'll see if they were right or wrong. And if you're right, you get bonus. If you're wrong, you get minus. Okay, so you can't. So there's a risk in pressing the buzzer too soon. Yeah, I think that we got the makings of a good game there. I think it could actually be a a hot game, a hot game like a Starbucks game. Yeah, you can easily build something like this on the web that you could have at Starbucks because what is this game that what's the other guy who Steve Ballmer who Microsoft guy, the not Bill Gates, the other guy, I think he created a game, Cranium. I think it was Cranium when my kids were little. I remember we bought it, Cranium, and I think he created it, and I don't know, how did it get popular? Maybe he struck a deal with Starbucks. Okay,
I don't
and
know.
then Starbucks.
I had Cranium as a kid too.
Yeah, I remember. But did you buy it at Starbucks? I think I bought it at Starbucks.
I don't know, honestly. I think it was just always at my house.
Yeah, because you were a kid. But I bought it, and when my kids were little, and it was in Starbucks, and I remember thinking that if not for Starbucks, nobody would have bought this game. But maybe because I never got into it. But this could make a really good game for some a coffee shop, right? If you have a kiosk that is waiting for someone to place an order, this could be a game they could be playing. I don't know, right? It's for no effort at all. You can write it in JavaScript. You can write it in JavaScript in under 100 lines of JavaScript code, and with special effects and everything, with bells and whistles, and it'll be really cool. I can show you how to do it, right? And because and you can have 5 people there. Well, let's not waste time. That's enough of this. If anybody else has other animations to show, we can see it. Noah's animation, I think we've already seen it. Noah, do you still have it?
I can look for it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's all right. It's on video, and people can see it later if they want. If anybody else wants to go, that's fine.
Well, we had Sean's method that we had like a really long time ago, but that was super like rudimentary, and that didn't even have like a.
Oh, did Sean have an animation? I thought the last.
I think you might be thinking of Noah's as
the story.
Sean's.
No. Sean, the last thing I remember from Sean was a story.
Because Sean and I, like before class, like 4 or 5 classes ago, we like animated his name.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. I remember now. Yeah. Wow,
yeah.
that seems like such a long time ago.
That was just after.
I forgot about that.
class.
Yeah, no, I actually remember. It was something like N and S E A and like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I remember that. It nested for loop and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was like version 0 of Flipbook.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that he can create a different animation now using Flipbooks. A Flipbook underscore something. Animate underscore something else. So
I'll work on it.
Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me, all of you. Send it to me, and I'll put it up on the website, right? Along with this. So we have two sets of things to go in the archive for Winter 22. I'm happy about that. All right. So if you guys are okay with this, we can move on to talking about searching. Are you happy with that so far? Searching? Okay. All right. So let's try this. Okay. So let's say, hey, Keenan, are you happy to drive? Or unless someone wants to do it.
Does somebody else want to take it? I don't know. I feel like I've been screen sharing a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Thank you for that.
No,
So if someone else wants to
It's
do it,
fine.
that's fine. But if Keenan, if he feels that it's not an imposition and if he doesn't mind, absolutely he can do it. Sure, if nobody else wants to do it. But if he's, if he feels that it's hard work for him, please help out. Or I can also, see how else we can do this, right? Maybe I can take a coding rooms window. I can't see all of you then. We'll figure out some way to do this. Okay.
Well, I can start for now, and then if anybody else wants to,
But
Thanks,
I don't
Keenan.
want to. Yeah.
I would
I
screen
don't
share,
wanna-
but my internet is just like not good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Keenan, just let me know if you start feeling uncomfortable and you're aching or something, okay?
All right. I gotta make a new coding room.
So yeah, just let's create a I see. Yeah. New coding room, new coding rooms, is it?
Can I stop screen sharing for a second?
Yeah, yeah.
just so I
So
can go to my
you can
main
stop it
window?
and then create a new screen, new coding rooms. That's blank slate. Right now, we don't have the flipbook thing there. Yeah, and then what we can do is we'd say code for today. And let's say we create an array of strings. And in that array of strings, let's just randomly insert all of the names that we see on screen today, right? Like Keenan, just first names, maybe Keenan, Anand, Sean, Kai, and so on, all of them. And then we can write some methods to say, here's an array, here's a name I'm looking for, tell me yes or no, right? That's all. It's very simple. And there's different ways to do it. We can look at all of those. And then we can say, let's try and extend it. It's not like just, the 20 people on screen right now, but let's say there's 1 million people or 1 billion people. And in fact, there are so many people that we've run out of names. We're just going to give them numbers, right? So we'll just give them all random numbers as IDs, social security numbers. Yeah, and then we'll say, does the social security exist or not? Yeah. Does it seem like a reasonable place to go? Okay. All right, cool.
Am I missing anyone?
Oh, you're creating a file? Yeah, no, that's great. How about this? Okay, this is fantastic. So yeah, list and call it list. Call it students.txt. Call it students.txt or names.txt or whatever it is. You want to call it names.txt. Names.txt. Because this is going to give you another skill today that to practice. That would be fantastic. All right. Yeah, Anand put my name too. Who else? Is anybody else missing here? Actually, type both spellings for Ju and Juan, right? Type June also. We get one more name. Oh, Fernando is here. Oh, Fernando is there. Who else is not on screen? Jika Yuho. All right. Okay. Cool. That's fine. I think that's enough. We can put more names there. It doesn't really matter. But let's restrict it to the students in class today, and put a comment right on top. Comment is we'll just introduce our own comment syntax by putting an exclamation mark at the beginning, right? A single exclamation mark actually served us better in that other file, right? Did we do a project in which we had a comment as an exclamation mark before?
Yeah, we did.
All right, let's follow the same convention. I keep forgetting that. All right, say names of students present in class today. And leave a blank line there, that's fine. All right, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. Now let's go to our main. Right, now in our main, let's say first open a comment there. Yeah, open a comment there. Indent in and open a comment actually. Indent in and open a comment. Right, now we say create read in the files in names.txt into an array of strings, into a vector of strings named names, into a vector of strings named call it names. Yeah, names, and then put square brackets around it so it's very clear that like that. No, two. Oh, I see. No, not around it. Sorry, I meant just to qualify it like afterwards. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, does that? All right. So that's our first to do, and you guys can do that. Yes or no? Because we've done this before. If not, you should call me and I can guide you through this. Okay, it's very simple. Read the file as you get lines, stuff it in the vector, skip lines that begin with an exclamation mark and blank lines. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very good to do this. We should do these things every time we get a chance. Okay, in any project we're doing, do these things. It's like walking. Every time you get a chance, do this because it'll just drive it deeper into your subconscious. So you don't have to think about these things. You got to, many of these things you just got to get used to, and this is the way to get used to it, right? Lots of people think that I know how to do it, so I can get used to it. No, right? So any craft you go to, right? Maybe not in theoretical sciences, maybe, I don't know. But here, craft things, you got to get used to it, right? You got to develop muscle memory and things like that, and it takes a lot of time, right? It's just not knowing how to do it, but you also have to keep training, because you can train your fingers, but you can't see your brain, right? But changes are happening in your brain all the time. But fortunately, we know a few ways in which we can try certain things and then look at the response like a few days later and say, well, okay, those experiments actually worked. So this is the change that must have happened in my brain. Yeah. Yes or no? Because we can't open our brains and look at everything that's going on. So we just make inferences. Yes or no? Because, whether you nod your head now is actually very, very critical for your understanding of how you can play around with deep neural nets when you get around to machine learning. Okay? When you play with deep nets, you learn that, okay, well, we've got to a point where we don't know what the underlying paradigm is. It's all being guided by a set of weights and probability distributions that are hidden in these million nodes inside of here. There's no way I can understand what these probability distributions actually shape me or shape it into, right? Because you can project that into n-dimensional space, and maybe there's a meaningful structure in n-dimensional space, right? But I can't make sense of it in three-dimensional space. So in three-dimensional space, all I can look at is some set of weights. It's a vector of weights, floating point numbers. Yeah. So the only thing I can tell is that there's this floating point, vector, sea of vectors in front of me. And if I supply it a certain stimulus, it behaves in a certain way. I don't know what the hell is going on, right? Maybe it's it's a cunning plan designed to defeat me in the end, but I don't know. It's behaving like I say it ought to, right? This AI is doing what I say it has to do for me if I give it the right input. Okay, I don't know how it's doing it. All right, I don't know if there's a cunning plan behind it, but it's desirable behavior. So I'm going to give it more of this, so I get more of that. Oh, well, if I give it more of this, I get stronger that. Okay, so I'll give it lots of this, I get lots of that. So you reinforce that behavior and get a neural net that is very highly tuned to some particular set of triggers to deliver extremely high positive output for that set of triggers, right? That is basically the way in which you train a deep neural net these days, many times, right? The trick is not in trying to understand what the weights mean, but trying to discern what the pattern in the input data is, right? So it's less of a game of trying to figure out what the shape in n-dimensional space is, right? Because there could be some space, some structure guiding this, right? Because you can project it, support vector machines and things like that, maybe, right? Theoretically. However, we say, as long as it does what we want, we're happy. So orthodoxic, not orthopraxic, not orthodoxic. That's the difference, right? In philosophy, orthodoxic is I don't care what you believe, as long as orthopraxic. So I don't care what you believe, as long as you comply with the laws of a harmonious society. Yes, that's orthopraxic. Your practice is important, not what you believe. Right? Orthodoxic is no. It doesn't matter what you practice. Even if you're a good person doing good to everybody, you got to believe this. You got to believe in the superiority of that person, that God, that thing, right? Orthodoxic. So it's two different things. But neural nets basically just bring us to our knees. Deep nets. It says, okay, well, try your orthodoxy with me. I've got like 15 trillion nodes in here, each of these with continuous weights. Try and figure out what the fuck I mean, right? Or just give me the thing I want and I'll give you what I think you need, okay? Or you told me you need, okay? But don't ask me how I do it. So, and then we say, okay, I'll trust my driving system to you. I'll trust my defenses to you. I'll trust everything to you, even though I don't know how you do it. Yeah? That's the same thing that we do with our brains all the time. We don't know how it works right now, anyway, right? But we say, feeding it the right stimuli gives me the right inputs or outputs. So let me try and figure out over a period of time, maybe even thousands of years even. I don't know. Look at all the data that we have and find out with this input that output is produced. Now, which of these outputs are desirable outputs? Okay, and which of these outputs seem desirable but actually don't go anywhere? So do I have enough data to figure these out? So let me look at all of the data objectively without bias and find out, right, these outputs are the ultimate aims of the brain, right? So let me try and figure out what's useful and give it the right kind of stimuli so that it will go towards what actually matters, not get misled into wrong paths. I don't know, right? Because that's what we try and do with our brains all the time, right? When people give you well-meaning advice, that's what they try and do. Saying this has been tried and tested many, many times, right? Even though that seems to give you a lot of short-term results, it's not bound to give you, you know, what you actually need. So I don't know how we got started talking about that, but I think that's very important and related because it's yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got. I was trying to think of how we got to start talking about that. Okay, that's all this is. Okay, we're going to read everything into a vector. Now, further down, create another comment. So that's the first to do, and I think you can do that easily. And you can call me if you don't. Right? And here we're going to say, here we want. So you can say in the comment here we want to find out if a certain student came to class or not. Okay, so we want to set up a loop which will ask the user to type in a student's name, and then it will invoke a function to search our above vector for that name. That function will return true or false as appropriate, and our loop will print the corresponding answer to the user. Does it sound like a complete closed application? Yeah. Can we implement that in like a half hour or so in class? You guys, I can walk you through it if necessary, but I don't feel the need to. You guys can do it. I'm always here on the sidelines. Okay, if you need, I can come back and give you more information, help you through this. But I think it is good because it introduces the problem of searching for the very first time, I think, in this class. Yeah, and it's a very simple setup. You know, we're basically setting up the problem for success. We know what the students in this file are. Yeah, and every step of the way, you're going to try and test it to see if, you know, have the students been read into the vector? Are we sure at this point? Yes. Okay, now, and so on and so forth, right? Do you want me to fill in more of the shell of this program, or do you want to fill in the rest of it yourself? I can fill in as much detail as you want. I'm not going to fill in everything, obviously, right? I'll leave a lot of the stuff for you, but I can stop whenever you want. I can stop now if you want. I can fill in more if you want. So keep tell me if you want me to fill in more, or stop and you want to do the rest of it. By the way, Keenan, put a return 0 at the very end so that it's, you know, it's our template, right? So just, yeah, and separate that by a blank line or something like that. Okay, cool. All right, and put in a few more blank lines because that's our to-do. Yeah, all right. So is everybody okay with this? Creating a loop, and in that loop, you're going to ask the user for a name, and you're going to search for that name in the vector, right? So in fact, above main, create your function, right? Let me do that because I think you may spend a lot of time doing this, right? Yeah, enter. In fact, you say, you know, using namespace also there because it's a CPP file. Up, you know, one line up, you can say using namespace standard. Right, and then above, yeah, above main, one more blank line there, and you can say bool. And then our method should be called is present. Okay, is underscore present. Is it a capital I or a lowercase I? Yeah, all right, is underscore present. Right now, the reason, and you notice that it's basically just my practice, my habit. And I think it's a good habit if you want to emulate or follow this, or not follow or make it your own, is that if a variable is Boolean, meaning it's either true or false, or if a method is Boolean, meaning it returns true or false, I make the method name or the variable name what is called a predicate. Everybody understand what a predicate is? Every sentence has a subject and a predicate, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So a predicate has a property that it can have true or false values. The cat sat on the mat, right? The sat on the mat is a predicate, but it can be true or false. Either sat on the mat or didn't sit on the mat, yes? So predicates can be true or false. And so that means that, you know, our variables, if you are named as predicates, programmers automatically know that it returns a Boolean or variables or Boolean too, right? So here we say bool lowercase b. By the way, is there an uppercase b in other languages? Maybe in Java, I don't know. Right? Yeah, and then the parameters for bool is present. Yeah, is present. Open parentheses. You're going to pass in the vector by reference. You're going to say vector of string, vector square bracket string. No, not square bracket, angle bracket string. Yeah, close space, ampersand, vec, VEC, comma, string, space, string target, right? Space target, string space target. Now we need to hash include vector at the top. And put an enter there. And then let's also put a comment above is present. Let's also put a comment above is present. No, but blank line there, please. Yeah, thank you. A blank line.
You're missing the E after the D and include.
What are we missing?
E after the D.
Oh, I see. What are we typing? Oh, comment above the. Oh, yeah. It looks like it's part of main. Put a blank line after that so that it's it's its own function. We're going to create a function there, right? Yeah. All right. So this function will return true if the string target was found in the given vector vec, which is passed by reference. Okay, make a note of it. It's passed by reference. You should try and understand why it's passed by reference and why it's not passed by copy. Even if you pass by copy, it'll work, right? But why should we pass by reference? And because we're passing by reference, let's also make that a const vector of string, right? Put in the word const before the vector, all right? Const, which is a const which is passed by reference. Given value vec, which is passed in as a const reference. And then you can put in brackets y, okay? Y discuss. Yeah, and in the body of this method, oh, I see. Passed in by a reference. Oh yeah, within parentheses you can say y, right? And question mark. Discuss, right? All right, that's fine. All right, so in the body, for now, what you're going to do is, in order for your program to compile, you're going to just create an empty body, open brace, close brace, and within I'm just going to return a stub value of true, meaning that no matter what you ask me, I'm always going to say true. Right? So not there. In the body of is present. Yeah. Enter. No. You can. I don't see a opening brace. There you go. Oh, yeah. Right. Now there, instead of the braces, instead of the square brackets, you say return true. And then let's say put a comment there to explain this to other students. Return true. This is a stub to be replaced by actual code later, so that our program will compile without error. Okay. I remove this comment after the function is flushed out. I think that makes sense for now. Yeah, is everybody clear so far?
Yeah.
Everybody confident enough to finish this up on your own?
Not really, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's the right attitude. That is exactly the best attitude that anyone can have. And I remember that I'm just here, okay? If you are struggling too much, just ask me. We still have time. Even on Thursday, if this is not complete, let's pick up this code. I just don't want this to be, a blip that appears on your radar once a week, and then it disappears. Just keep this on your radar, okay? You need to revisit this every day, not like Thursday and Tuesday. You have to, look at the forum or think about this or think about the code, because if you just come back to it on Tuesday and Thursday, computer science is only, you'll only pass cs2a with Quest 6 and pass, but you'll come back with good memories later on in life maybe. But computer science at this time is not for you, okay? If you just come to it on Tuesday and Thursday. This should be part of your everyday life, like breakfast, right? Like this class, when you have breakfast, you know, you have like every day, you should have a bit of this. All right, thank you very much. I'm just going to be here, okay? Maybe I'll just go make a coffee or something. I'll be hanging around. I'm within earshot, and if you just call me, I'm going to be here. If you struggle too much, right, and nobody can come up with the answer, and you all consensus feel like let's call the prof over and ask him what to do here. No problem, okay? If this code can be wrapped up in 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. But first time it'll take much longer. But the reason I said 10 minutes is because if you ever want to call me, you don't have to think that, oh my gosh, lots of time lost. Okay, you tell me. Most of the time I can say, okay, that's the thing that needs to get changed. Okay, I'll promise not to take up any more than that of your time. All right, so thank you all so much. I'm just going to be here. Okay, just call me if you need. Okay, is that okay? Give me a thumbs up or something so I can turn the laptop around. Okay, so I can. Great. Thank you, Ali. All right, Zane. All right. So just carry on. Wrap up this code. I'd like to see this running. Okay, before the end of class, I want to see the loop. I want to type in. The names of students and see it come with yes or no. Okay. Thank you.
Sean, were you saying you knew how to do this first part? I wasn't here for curses, and I think that's when we went over this.
Okay. I remember we did like the exact same thing in a different code. And so if I see that, I would know 100%. But let's see.
Does anybody else know how to do this?
Does anyone else remember?
No.
Hold on, I'm getting the code.
Sean, were you able to find it? Alejandro, do you know how to do this?
I do not, unfortunately.
Kai, how about you? Kaylee? You how?
I have no idea.
I mean, you definitely need to, do you want to start by making the vector?
Well, yeah, sure. Do you want to help me out? Because I'm very
I'm like
lost.
kind of looking at something. It might be vector and then the less than, greater than. Yeah. And then in between that put string. And then you don't need the square brackets. And semicolon, yeah.
Alright.
I think that's close to right. And then we need a way to like read into the file. I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone remembers how to do that.
Sean, I
think
think
we
it's
like-
on persons.
I think we did on lucky.cpp, right?
Yeah, if you like, I'm trying to pull that up right now.
Yeah, I can. I'm looking at that right now. I'm trying to like. Here, we can look at this one, you guys. And then we can look at like how it's reading from the file.
So you
and
have to
kinda copy
import
that.
fstream.
Yeah,
No, like up like line 3, line 4, line 2. Included. I forget the hash at the beginning. And like on line 19 or 20 or something, you gotta create a string called path.
Did you want to
Which
just
is-
copy and paste it in from the other one?
Yeah, do you think you could?
I can just send you. Do you have your own, or do you want me to just send you the link to my Lucky right now?
I don't have Lucky.
I just sent it.
So.
It's like
I'm
line
not sure
20,
what
line
window this is.
23.
I'm gonna stop screen sharing really quick just so I can open this because I don't know if it's gonna open in my personal window.
Sounds good. You want to look at like line 20 to line 30, maybe the line 38, honestly.
All right. So I got your read words from file. That whole directory.
Can you go to names.txt? Yeah, okay, sweet. You're gonna want to change some stuff from that though, because there's like some variables that don't have like path and file name. Or wait, what did you copy paste from Lucky?
Everything from here to.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit much.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, well, you copied the function header.
Do we not?
And then we don't have some variables like directory name and file name, so we need to just change those two.
yeah, and I think for file name is just one file, so if we just put names.txt, right?
Yeah. You gotta do it in quotes though.
Do we need this?
Yeah. Except, except
that.
yeah.
If not,
Do you guys know how to search the vector? I mean, I guess we could say for if, or we could do an if loop and then if it matches or if it doesn't.
Yeah. What does he mean by like find out if they're present or not?
I think it means like, so like the user inputs a string and then if it matches one of the names in the list, then yes, they're present.
Oh, I see. So if they're not on the list, then
Wait, so is there like an input?
Yeah,
Is
there's
there-
going to be an input. We're going to have a CN.
Oh, okay, well, okay.
so if it just exists in names.txt, they're present, and then if they don't, then they're not present. Okay.
Yeah, so that will take in a string and then you just, that we can set that to a variable and then you just check. We can have a check after the pushback that sees if it's in there.
You gotta point the like thing, yeah. I mean, do we want to just test it to see if the file read works? Like, do you want to just like add some lines that like print the vector?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Would it be like that? Just like print names?
Mm, I don't think so. Let's see. Wait, can't you just navigate like a vector just like an array or no?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you can.
Then I would just do a for loop that starts at 0 and goes up to names.length.
Has he talked about for each loops?
I don't think so.
I think it was probably in the reading.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we having it go up to?
The size of names.txt, I think.
Should be.
That?
Let's see.
I mean, we can try it.
Wait,
I think you have to do dot size for vectors.
Yeah, because we're reading from the file and then making that. So whatever size of how many names are in the file should just be like in the vector, right?
You should also flip it. It should be eyes less than
Yeah.
less than names dot size.
And then what do we want it to do? Just like see out.
Then you can just do C out like names, square bracket I.
Oh, also there's some yeah, your brackets on the while loop.
Oh yeah, you never closed it.
Yeah, just because that'll be a error.
Do we want to close it before the for loop?
Let me check. No, you want to close it after the pushback.
Yeah. So after like line 31, yeah.
Let's. Oh,
yeah, there's
we
probably.
need
Oh, instead of
we're-
vec, it needs to say. It needs to say whatever we named the vector. Oh, you should probably instantiate the vector or initialize the vector like somewhere online. Oh no, sorry, not there, my bad. I meant like in main.
Wait, did
like
someone say
line
something?
31, for example.
I heard someone
I
like say
think Kaylee
something.
was saying something. Kaylee, were you
Like
saying
line
something?
31.
Oh, line 31.
Kaylee, you say
Change that to
something?
names.
Back.
No, no. Yeah. And then make sure you put a in front of the in the for loop. And I equals, yeah.
And you also want to make sure you initialize your vector before you use it. So I would use that, put that like somewhere at the start of name. All right, I would run it and just see what the hell happens. All right, let's see. Can you clear it and like I don't even know what's, oh, okay, there you go.
It's this line 7 const vector.
Oh, it's got to be const space vector.
Oh,
Okay. So line 25.
I don't even know what this function is, or the string, I suppose.
Huh.
That was like the special thing that he just like gave to us without really
Awesome.
explaining what it
How about we
was.
just change it to return 0? The special thing he gave us. Wonderful.
That's not. Oh yeah, no, that's what we wanted, right?
All right, so it's working.
Yeah.
So what do we need to do? We just need to search.
So well, we want. Don't we want an if loop in the for loop? So it's like if names equals, or it's if user input equals. Equals to I. Or he had some is present equals true.
Yeah.
And then
And I can see out something.
You don't need an else, I don't think.
are you sure? Oh, because it's automatically false.
And you probably need brackets around the for loop now. It's longer than one line.
Actually, no, we want this that because I don't want that to accidentally read as part of the for loop. And then should we do like a see out, like, can we do like how to see out the status?
Shouldn't the see out be inside the for loop or inside the if? Because as soon as it's true, right? You could say like names, and then bracket I is present or something. But you gotta use
We
the,
want it as user input, not as names I, because names I is the one that it's testing.
But it's only going to print it once it knows that it's been found.
Oh.
Well, what is the two arrows called? You're missing that thing. Oh yeah. Is present.
All right, I said let's run.
You need to ask for the user input.
I think we did that at the start. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Like that, right?
I don't know if you can do it on the same line as when you.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you can. That should work.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see, I guess.
Yeah, you can't do it on the same line.
Expected from 936.
It's parenthesis on line 37.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
41.
Yeah, you can't set is present to true because is present is like a method or is like a function that we've created. It's not like a
So,
variable.
Wait,
first approach.
where is present? Where do we do that?
Well, we have.
I think it was just a helper function he wanted us to create.
Is
So
this
how do
in
we
main?
use
This
that?
is in main right here. Wait, this function will return true. I think, don't we put the code up in there?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, that's probably.
the checking if it's in, checking if the user input is the
Oh, I see.
name.
Yeah, we'll do it
You
up
can
there
just-
and then return.
so we want.
Wait, I think we get it from the file in the main. Oh no.
No, I would just
No.
No,
you
not
just need to
everything.
copy paste the for loop.
Copy paste it
Or cut it, I mean,
paste?
sorry.
Okay. Okay, and then do we want to do?
Yeah, and then you just,
Bool-
yeah.
What's it called? Bool- Is that like I would just do? bool
So
equals
like,
because we're just calling the function, right?
Yeah.
oh no, but we're passing in vector into that one too.
Let's see.
I think it,
Oh, wait, you got
wait,
Well, you gotta put the parentheses.
wait, what are you trying to do here?
We're just
Just
calling the
call the
function,
function.
right?
so like we have to, wait,
You-
go back up to the.
You don't need to put the bool in front of it if you're trying to just call the function. If
Oh.
you're trying.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Wait,
have
you
to
need
just
to pass
change
in the
some.
vector.
If you go back up to the, you got to like change some of the variable names. You got to change
Oh yeah, you're also returning.
names to vec, and you got to
up there.
change
Yeah.
user input to target. You got to change user input to target. No, it just in the function. Because you see how in this scope, it's the string is target. Like,
But the return
it
true
matters.
in the if. And then return false outside.
And then I should change these to target, shouldn't I? Or leave them as user for that. Hey, Noah, your mic's on. Names. We want to change this to vec2, don't we? Or should we leave it as names?
I think leave it as names. Can you just scroll down a little bit? On line 43, you just need to add the I don't think you need the const vector string, you just need the vec and then the target. Or sorry, the vec and then the user input, because you're passing that into the. So scroll, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do names and then yeah.
And then
Is that how we did it? Do we not use the upper? Okay, never mind. Yeah. How do we do the uppercase?
Because that needs to be user input.
Oh, I see. Never mind.
Wait, can you go up a little bit? Put the return false outside of the 4. Yeah.
oh,
Okay.
Okay.
let's see if it.
Oh, we didn't put like if false. I guess it's not gonna do
Yeah,
anything.
I'm just gonna see what happens. Let's say like. I don't know. But guys, what's a name?
Like Bob.
John. Bob.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think it's good.
We just need
So
to add like,
I put
Yeah.
so like above, yeah. Or do it outside of the 4, because it'll just check like each time. Just like before the return false.
You've got like some extra brackets and stuff.
Yeah.
I was just fixing that.
Do you mind fixing the indentation? Sorry, like I know it's.
Which one?
I hate to be that guy. It's just kind of hard to read.
You're good.
The
I'm
one
so
under,
bad. I'm
move
so
back.
bad with my indentation.
Yeah, there you go. And then return false on a new line if you're feeling liberal about it.
And do a C out before that, like blank is not present or something.
Or we want target, right?
Yeah.
Target.
Bob. All
No, it's
right.
not present.
I think we did it.
All right, Professor.
Thanks, Keenan.
Yeah, is it working?
Yeah, we got it.
Hey, that's cool. Hang on. Yeah. Let's
Good
take
job, guys.
All right. That's fantastic. And it's not even, what time is it now? It's 9:37. That's great. Okay. What we're doing here? Oh, you're searching. That's great. Oh, you can get rid of that, I guess. All right. Can I take a look at that? Target, let's make a line. Oh, I see. You're putting the couts in the is present method. Okay, yeah, no. Logic wise, that's okay. But interface wise, I think we can change that. But that's great. Okay, so file name. Wow. Okay, so names and you're reading the file, and then exclamation mark is skipped and the length is 0 skip. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. This is all perfect. Looks. Where's your user input loop, by the way? You don't have a user input loop. Oh, you only do one time. Okay. Yeah, we can wrap that in a loop. That's not a big deal. And you're okay. So, all right, you have the logic in place, but not
we
the
forgot
user
to
input
put in a
loop
loop.
with cin and checking. Yes, that's the only thing that's missing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that yourself, or do you want me to walk you through this? It's not just like a few lines of code, and I can walk you through it. But if you want to do it as practice, I'm happy to also stand by again. What we want to do is, did we have a comment? Read names from. We didn't put the comment there that said enter a loop. Enter a loop. By the way, the line below finds a path by stitching together dir name / file name. I don't think that belongs here, right? You're just opening.
No,
the
that was a
names
copy
that-
paste from our.
Yeah, get rid of the line. Get rid of 26. Just triple click on 26 and delete it. You can leave a blank line there. Oh, also the other one named. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Enter a loop of user interaction loop. Let's say user UI loop. Call it a UI loop. UI loop in which we ask the user to enter the name of a student. Then I'll just spell out the steps of the loop, and then you can tell me if you're comfortable writing it yourself. Basically, it's just adapting what you already have, or I can walk you through the code step by step too. Either way is fine. Okay, so these are the steps. Enter the name of the student. Then no. Then no. Get rid of the steps. Oh, I see. Steps. Okay, steps. So enter the name of a student. Then read it into a variable and read it into a variable and read it from cin into a variable from cin. Yeah, from cin. Then use the isPresent function to get a true false return indicating whether the name is present in names.txt or not. Okay. Now, isPresent should not talk to the user. It should not do cins and couts because it is a predicate. Predicates should do only true and false returns, not even print them out. So essentially, not just predicates, any interior method. Just like if you go to a car shop, they don't let you talk to the mechanic, right? You can only talk to the receptionist. So interior methods should not talk to the user. So isPresent should just do its job, saying is present or not. So so it'll just say return true or false return, and then use to get a and then type and then print a value from print a string back to the user from our main loop, saying whether their lookup was successful.
Professor, what is like the most efficient way to like do like a user input loop?
So it's a good question. So there's no most efficient way. There's a whole bunch of efficient ways. The easiest way I find is just to use getLine. Now, the reason I say that is because many people use cin and get a string from the user. Now, beginners are very often bit by this bug, and I saw this post a million times in our Reddit and even on Stack Overflow and things like that. Right?
Because there have definitely
if you just do cin, it's only going to get the first word. Okay, the user might type like 5 words and hit return. They think all the 5 words have reached the system, but cin will only get the first word. And worse than that is that the remaining 4 words are not tossed into a sink or they're not gone. They're just there. So another time, another cin occurs. Mysteriously, the second word will appear as though the user typed it in. Because it's still in the buffer. Yeah. So when you do cin, you got to do flush and clear and all kinds of nonsense like that. Okay, and too much to overload beginners with. So I say not even beginners, right? Even experienced people, when the user of the program thinks they've given you a whole line, basically when they hit enter. Okay, good programmers know to stay in step with the user's mind. The user thinks they've given you the whole line, so read the whole line. So use getLine. Now, whether you use the whole line or not is up to you. You can say, I've got the whole line, I'm only going to use the first word, that's fine. Right? But user has given it to you. He can't say, well, you know what, you've given it to me, I'll take the first word, but later on I'll come and take the next two. No, that user does not think like that.
Okay.
So use getLine, and getLine, you can look at the manual page if you want, documentation is there. getLine will return true or false on a file input stream, if it was successful or not. You can use that to break out of the while loop. So if someone hits Control-C or Control-D saying no more input, it'll just break out of the while getLine loop. So it'll get the line, use that entire line as the name of the student, and then use that true false return of the method to tell whether that name is present in the vector or not. Yeah, I said, please let me know if this is okay, because I'm only talking about minor changes, because you've got the core, 99% of your program is already there. Okay, because the core logic of the linear search is there. Next week, Thursday, we'll take that and turn the binary search into longer lists and so on and so forth. Okay, but someone keep, Keenan or someone keep this code. Okay, we'll take this and work on it next class. But this is the core logic. But what you want to do is just dress it differently. Okay, meaning that I've got an efficient automotive workshop. Okay, except that in this workshop, it's not just a receptionist, right? The mechanic also is approachable, and everybody comes and talks to everybody, right? It's a mess, isn't it? It's not going to grow. It's not going to be scalable, right? It can be a corner shop, but it can be like a chain and all. Okay, so in order to make it scalable and a professional shop, you got to make sure that people have well-defined duties so they don't have to worry about other things. So the mechanic does not have to be, spick and span and wearing a tie to look at, to greet customers. Yeah, he can just do his own job. They can just say, spanners, and I'm happy with this. And the receptionist doesn't have to say, I don't have those strength to turn these, big bolts. I'm just going to be here in my air-conditioned room and fielding telephone calls. Yeah. So that's what we want to do. In finished programs, they should look like finished companies, finished products out there. Certain bits users cannot see, and for their own good and for the programmer's good. And so methods like is present, you can say, I've got it now. I've got a working workshop. I'm just going to now rearrange it so that, all right, you're like super duper good mechanics. You just move to the back of the workshop. Okay. You're not going to talk to the customers anymore. Okay. No C and C out for you. Okay. Because you're doing a fantastic job of doing is present, because that's what you are designed to do, or, that's what you're paying for. Right? You're being paid to do is present. You don't have to do a receptionist job. Okay. So just do is present, and you're in the back. No C outs for you. Okay. And main is the only person for now who can do C outs, because they're going to be talking to the user. Okay. So you have your loop there. That's your receptionist. 24 hours duty, 24/7. Okay. Now he or she has got to be on the phone all the time. Anytime anyone asks for something, they're going to pass them over to the mechanic. Well, not pass them over, get the request and pass it over to the mechanic. All right. So that's the only point of communication. That way you can have a solid company, because no problems. Okay. Because otherwise the problems became very hard to fix, right? Because anywhere, fires can happen anywhere, rather than one choke point that can control things. Okay, all right. So do you want to do this, or do you want me to do the shell of the loop and do the rest? I think you guys have it, because you have the core of the program, and Zane basically asked the critical question, which is, what input method should you use? Which is, I think it's getLine. Okay, don't use cin, get the whole line. Okay, until Control-C or Control-D, meaning, while getLine is fine. Okay, while getLine, do your logic. So, but yeah, you got to print the prompt saying enter the name of a student, and then do your loop, right? Control-C or Control-D, you're going to get out. But if you get the name of the student, in fact, what you have to do is do while loop, not right. You can research it if you want. The test has got to be at the end, because you got to print the prompt, get the input. If the input is Control-D or Control-C, you're going to break out of the program. That's fine. If it's not, you're going to do a lookup doing is present. Is present is true or false. If it is true, you're going to say yes, that student was present. If it is false, you're going to say, no, that student was not present. And go back to the top of the loop, print the prompt, get another name. Yes? That's all. 5 steps. Just 5 steps. Can you do it? Can you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a question of adapting what you have. You've got a fantastic product. And all I'm saying is this is one thing you have to do. Everything you do in your life, programming life. Okay. When you've got the logic working, the next step is to say, I've got it working. Now I've just got to shuffle the parts so that only the bits that need to be visible are visible. Everything else is hidden away. That is the secret of object-oriented programming itself. But even before object-oriented programming, right? That's the secret of good programming. Hiding away the bits that don't need to be visible past a certain level is the secret of hierarchical design. Okay, and it's been around for a long time, even before object-oriented programming, right? It's just formalization in computer science in this particular language paradigm that we call OO. Yeah. Do you want me to do it, or do you guys want to do it? I'm still here. Okay, you can call me. And this was fantastic. Okay, it's fantastic, and it was done, far ahead of time, because I was expecting, we'll see a demo at the end of class, but you got it working already. So I think we can go to the next step if you don't mind. Just wrap it up, right? Wrap up your, and in fact, once you do that, this would be a working product, put in your Winter 22 students archive, because it's a fully functional program at that point. Yes.
Yes.
Do you want to do that, or do you want me to guide you through that? Either way is fine.
I don't know. I want to try it.
Well, if you want to try it, that's
With
fine.
everyone
You
else.
only have to do a loop,
Yeah.
and if you want to, yeah, that's great. I think who's made a start already? Someone's already made a
Oh,
start.
that's me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, let's try it.
Hey, Kenan. I know you're making a start, but some of the other students may not be with you. So if you don't mind, when you get all the other students back, can you, go over what you've done so that everybody's on the same page before you?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Can I turn the laptop around so that you guys can continue? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, thanks. Just call me, okay? Call me if you need my help. Anyway, thank you.
I mean, okay. So guys, I'm just moving like the counts for is present and is not present outside of the bool function. And then I think what he wants us to do is create like an if loop. So it's like if is present is true, then we say the person is present, and then if not, they're not present. So now the student read it into a variable that means that it's present function.
Are you looking for some direction?
No, I was just thinking. So we want if is present, right? If.
Wait, what does while get line f in line mean?
Get line also, it like performs a function. Like a pretty common practice is like functions that just perform an action will return a Boolean just to say whether the action was performed correctly or not. So it's basically getting a line of input, or yeah, getting like a line of input from the text file, and then it's saying like as long as it's, actually I think it's as long as there's another one, like another line afterwards for it to continue, it'll return true.
Okay.
You still need to pass in the vector and the.
Do we still have? Yeah, we have this. Like that, right? Correct.
Yeah, you don't even need the equals true, by the way. You can have it, but just a shortcut. You don't need to have it because is present will return true. No, I'm saying if you're gonna have the true, you need the equals, but if you don't want either, you don't have to have either. Yeah.
Well, what do you mean?
Like you could just have if is present.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's just like a little shortcut. You don't, yeah.
Might as well use it, right? Bob is not present. That's true. Sean is present. All right, it looks like we got it, I think, right? Is that all Professor wanted us to do with it?
I think he wants us to be like, enter a name of a student and then have that in a
Okay.
while loop. And then also use get line and not cn.
Is it the same calls with CN?
No, it's not.
Is it just get line user input like that?
I don't know.
How
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, it's get line, parentheses, cn, comma, user input.
Like that?
Yeah,
But you want to do like a C out, like, right? Asking the question.
mhm.
Yeah.
And then you could do like a while true, so just infinite, and then you can have like it break if you enter Q or something, or quit. Remember we did this like a really long time ago. See how it's nice.
What's that? You cut out on my end.
See how it is live. Okay.
And then what does he want in the while loop?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
So just put that at
yeah.
the top.
Yeah, put that at the top and just like while true.
And then put everything in it?
No, put until get line. Like until the end of get line, I think.
I think he means like after line 21.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna delete these comments if that's all right.
Yeah, totally. And then I think you're supposed to do a do while instead of like a while. So you just put do up there and then you delete the while true. Or you should copy, or actually, I guess it's a little late now, but I would cut it because you're going to put it after the bracket onto, yeah, there you go. But then instead of while true, it's like while, I don't know, whatever our test, or like data validation is.
Is present. Wait, didn't we fix that?
I think what you have to do is cin dot get line, and then user input in the parentheses. No, sorry, like just delete that. Yeah. It's hard to explain.
Yeah. Like that?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure though, to be honest. This is kind of.
42 too few functions. There's.
Oh, did we compile? Oh, what the hell? That's so weird.
Wait, no, it says user input isn't declared. 22. Yeah, I don't really know anything about the do.
I don't know
do
the do
while.
while.
Yeah, I think while true should work, but I don't know. And then for the get line, I've never used cn.getLine, but for me, cn, cn,
You
and
just
then
need a
comma.
semicolon at the end of line 22.
Oh, I see, I see.
But also it's not going to end. It's just going to be a loop forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the same thing as while true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except the idea is that it goes through the loop first, at least once before it
It's still
checks
not
the
declaring user input.
boolean.
Okay.
Oh, you got to take the string user input out of the do while.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see. Why did it put a new line there? Oh, that is not what we want.
What's going on?
Well, the loop is just going to run forever. You guys put true for the while.
Bob.
So what do we want it? Because if it's while false,
You want it to
it's
be like,
not
I don't know, like
declaring.
some kind of
Oh,
thing to
I
make
see,
sure it
I
doesn't
see,
have
I
any
see.
numbers in it or something.
While
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, or you could do like, well, user input is greater than, like the length is greater than 0 or something.
but won't it always be greater than 0?
Not if we enter an empty one.
Yeah, but
Yeah, other than that, yeah, it'll pretty much
Yeah.
always be greater than 0.
um
I don't know. Honestly, we should probably just create like a function, or like a whole nother function to do something. But
You could say like while um
is there a way to like do like until instead of while?
a while is basically until, except
Let's try.
the reverse. Like,
We could do like if and then break it if it
yeah,
makes like
yeah, I was gonna say like you'd have a break in
yeah.
there.
That's like until.
I think you could keep that condition and then like if just in case like the first input they enter is like somehow not like, nothing, but
What happened last time we ran it with while true? I wasn't really looking. Why does it say Bob 2 times?
So look, if we let me clear the console, remake it. So it was just like not reading this.
Did you keep on typing Bob? Oh, I see, I see.
yeah, because it's just like an infinite loop. See, it just while true, it just keeps going. You just keep getting inputs.
Oh,
It's not breaking out of
right. Wait, wait, shouldn't you have put like the entire thing in the while loop?
No, you don't have to. You just need to break out of the while loop. So you can just put like an if statement.
Wait,
and
we
say-
might want, I think we need this in the while loop actually.
We should put the entire thing.
The whole
in-
thing?
Well, hold on. Yeah, try that. I don't know.
Okay, but it's still
Okay,
okay, but it's still looping forever because it's always
isn't
returning.
that what we want to do?
No, is it?
That's what I thought.
Wait, what? What was? Why did you get? Why did you guys move the is present calls into the?
Isn't
There.
what Professor wanted was like for it to loop forever and then just like be able to check however many times you wanted,
Right.
right? And then so if it's a while true, then it just loops forever. And then if you put everything inside the while true, then you could do it infinite amount of times, right?
Oh, interesting.
Did it work? Oh, what happened?
Oh, no, I messed it up.
It needs to be equals true, but
Oh,
that also works. Just deleting it. Either way.
but I don't know why it isn't working.
Wait, it worked though, right?
It ran, it just didn't do what it was supposed to.
What was it supposed to do?
See, how it says
Oh, I
not
see, I
present?
see.
I don't know why it's saying not present.
It's because you guys didn't instantiate or you didn't initialize names. If you want to do that, then you got to move, scroll down. You got to move lines 36 through 46 above the while loop. 36 through 46
Above the while loop or into the while loop?
above, outside of it.
Okay, there we go. So is
But I'm
that what he
interested
wants?
in,
So
yeah,
then
but I'm
so-
interested in how Noah was gonna do it because I'm assuming it was like a completely different way.
No, I did not understand that he wanted it. I thought he meant just the like, I thought he meant just the user input like validation to loop forever, not the whole program. So I just misunderstood what he was asking for.
I
So
see, I see.
I don't think we're supposed to have the program loop forever because
Yeah, it's just the input, I
No,
think.
it's just, did I misunderstand?
Professor, I think he just said like, just,
well, I mean, here, enter a UI loop where we ask the user to enter the name of the student.
or maybe you could
Enter
even
name
have
of a
like,
student, then read
where-
it into a variable, and then use its present function to get a true false, and print the string back to the user from the main loop. No, I think we're.
I
doing
think
it
this
right.
works,
No,
yeah,
I
it
think
looks
this is
good.
right. But I don't know why.
Maybe change the while condition instead of true. You could do it like while user input doesn't equal quit or something like that, so that you can just type quit instead of doing the control C.
Yeah,
I feel like that's something that'll tickle him.
but what if someone's name is Quit?
That's true.
There you go. Maybe then something like force quit or something with some dashes, maybe. I would
Yeah,
just put it in
Terrible
quotes.
parents name their parents.
Yeah, seriously, that's like an Elon Musk name.
Yeah. All right, Professor?
Yeah. You guys done?
yeah.
Is that how you spell
Is
quit?
it all
That just
working and
looks
all?
weird.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Wow, that's your do while loop. Yeah, I see it right there. Hang on. See it. Enter. Okay, and then you get line. All right, get line. Oh no, where is it? Okay, where is a do while loop? Oh, you got a while loop and then you got a do while. I thought I saw a do while loop somewhere. Where's your while loop?
While loops.
The while loops.
Oh, you got a while and a do while? Oh, I see. You're going to be in the loop until you get something solid. Is that
Yeah.
what you did?
Well,
No, we're gonna be in the loop.
Oh, that's for reading.
Perpetually
That's for reading the guys in. Okay, I'm sorry. I missed the comment there. Okay, and then you have the loop for user interaction. Print the prompt, get it. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Get line if
Professor.
it's present. See out else. Wow. Okay, that looks fantastic. I think you just need to fix the indentation for the while loop. So the guys inside the while loop need to be pushed in.
We're using force quit to get out of it. Just like once.
Yeah. Right now, I think you can also hit a Control D. That will also get out of it because Control D is end of file. I think your else is a miss. Where's your else? Else need to be lined up with your if. The brace also. Yeah. The brace needs to the brace of the else needs to line up
I'm
with the if.
I'm working on it.
Oh, I see. And put a space after the brace so that it's attached to the else. Yeah, the space after the brace, and that looks good. And then see out after that needs to be ended in because that's your else, right? Yeah, that's perfect. That's your do while loop. We never covered do while loops, but essentially we don't need to cover every single form of loop. We just need to know that you can loop. That's it, right? And then you have different ways of looping. That's all that you can look up. Hey, that is fantastic. It's a working program. Yeah, let's try. Type in Kai, right? So let's see if the.
Well, let's try a name that doesn't work first. That way.
Okay.
Also, I don't know why it's.
Oh, because you got an endl. Get rid of the endl. Get rid of the endl. All right, now run it. It'll be fine. Yeah, and bring it up. Increase the console size also. Right. Okay. Try a name that doesn't exist. Yeah. All right. Not Bob is not present.
There you go.
Hey,
Yeah.
Kai. Hey, what is it? I got it. Kai is present. Yeah. Okay, I can see it. With his glasses. Yeah. But I can see it now. That's fantastic. I love this. Okay, we actually did manage to complete the program from scratch. Okay, this is empty slate. We started with an empty slate today, and we did it. This is our basic search loop. On Thursday, what we'll do is think about how we can handle the situation when we have heaps and heaps of names.
Oh wait, Keenan, try force quit.
Try the force quit.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll actually work.
Oh, you got to type in force quit. You got to type in force quit.
Yeah, like
Force quit is not
Control
good.
C for people that are.
Oh no! What I meant by force quit was Control C. Yeah, run it again. Up arrow.
Yeah,
and
no.
We just added like an implement, so you wouldn't have to be accessing this from console to quit it. If you entered the name force quit, it would quit it.
But you still have to enter it, right? FORC. There's no way you can. You have to hit the keyboard anyway, right?
Yeah, but this is a little bit more of like a robust kind of user-friendly backend, front-end integration kind of.
But that means I can't have a name. I can't have a student who's called force quit.
No,
yeah, we thought about. We considered
but, like,
adding some dashes or symbols, but
No, even then, that's a hack, right? Because you are looking for what is called an escape, like the slash sign in strings. So, or it's also called a sentinel. And one of the sentinels that most programmers use, because everybody uses it, is basically Control D. Control D is end of file or end of signal. So run again.
So if you have user input is Control D, you're saying?
No. Leave it like that. Leave it as you have. And just run it. Right. Hit Control D. Oh, gee. Okay. There's a bug in the program. That's why. Right. Control C. Now, but Control C is a definite kill. Right. Run again. You hit Control C. It's a definite kill. Right. Because it's terminate signal. All right. So the way you do this is in your program when you do the get line, if you have an empty name, then you quit. And you can also say in your prompt, you can say enter to quit, because the user knows, right? Because then we're being nice to the user. Say, enter to quit or a non-empty name to search. Because I don't think there are people that have 0 letters in their name. Yeah. I actually, believe it or not, I had a student in cs2a a long time ago whose name was just 1 letter, U, right? The letter U. And I thought that was their initial. But then I asked them, it was their full name. So I could never call them, hey, you, right? So
What kind of name is that? Like, where's that
I don't
originated
know.
from?
I think, I don't know. Maybe it's YU, because YU was a Chinese name. Yeah, and the parent decided to say, why you? I can just call him you.
There's this like funny article I found like
Yeah.
like a few years ago, but it's like related to like assumptions people make about names.
Uh-huh.
It's like a funny one, you know. It's not like really.
Yeah. Go ahead. You know.
But I just sent that in the chat. It's pretty funny.
Oh, it has to be in chat. You can't say it.
I mean, there's like 40
Oh,
falsehoods.
I see. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Falsehoods programmers. Hey, you know what? Can you share this in on Reddit, because chat will be gone.
Yeah, sure.
After class. Yeah, I'd like to look at it. If it's on Reddit, I'll definitely want to read.
What's the subreddit again?
You haven't been to the sub?
I'm not gonna lie, no.
It's r/cs2a.
cs2a.
Thanks.
Hey, but Noah, this is week 8 or something. You've basically missed out on 8 times 1.5 points from participation points. Right? So you posted a few things, but you can get a lot more. You can make up for it by being extra active.
He's a solo artist.
Oh, maybe he's not in it for the grade too, because he's just having fun, I can tell. Yeah, but feel free. If you want points, just make up for it by being extra active and helping people out. And by the way, I wanted to mention how many regulars are missing out on the quest scores. Sean, I don't know if you got points for all the quests you did. Everybody should have quests 1 to 4 show up in their Canvas right now. If you don't, you're not getting points for it, because
I have like a crazy grade in this class right now.
I
have like a crazy grade.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I think
no, don't look at the grade. No, look in the scores for your individual quests.
Oh, okay.
Okay, your quests 1 to 4 should have points in Canvas. If they don't, that means they're not there on the /Q site.
Oh.
Yeah, Professor, quick question. So I think the grades, like the points that we accumulated from the quests are there, but it doesn't show how much they're out of. Would it be possible to add that?
No, you can't.
I think,
but the total, you can just go for the total. 190 points for, if you get a total of 190 for cs2a, you're like 100% on quests.
What, it's 190 or 180? I thought.
I think it's 190, but we can look at it, and
I know 190 is the max amount of trophies you can get, but I thought you capped it at 180.
Okay,
yeah,
cap is 180.
Because I remember
180.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember. Someone in cs2b asked me what's the maximum for each quest, and I think the fact is that the truth is I don't remember, because they're all different numbers, right? They're not the same. And I have to look at my own code, or run my own reference code to find out. Some of you guys have actually posted tables on Reddit, but don't look at the maximum. Don't shoot for the maximum. Just shoot for the spec. Try to see if you can do everything in the spec.
all right, I think I got it. So I just added a little prompt when you
I
first
don't
launch it.
have points for quest 2.
I see. Press enter to quit and enter the name. Yeah, press enter. Let's see if it quits. Press enter. Yay. Okay. Now, one thing you can do is, instead of saying blank is not present, you can basically say, if it's just enter, you can say bye-bye.
Yeah.
And that's it. You don't have to make it now. You can make it. You can make those changes at the end, before you submit this whole program. As this is going to be a group project, okay, not one person. Group project, all of cs2a.
Well, it was
previously the other one.
I was the one typing, but I didn't do most of the logic and stuff, because I was pretty confused initially.
That's okay, but we'll treat this program, this running program, as in the archive. I'll tag it as group class project from Winter Synthesis, because the other ones, the Flipbook and Lucky, they would be individual packages, but this one will say it's a group project. Yeah.
Hey, Professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you said, like I didn't have any points for my quest number 2.
Okay, go ahead, submit, make sure
But
it shows up in the /Q site, and then let me know.
Okay, how's that
And
possible,
also
though?
tell
'Cause,
all
like,
the other classmates, because many of the regulars are also missing scores like you. If they don't follow up with that, I sent an announcement. If they don't follow up, they're not getting points. They'll end up failing the class, right? Even though they're regular and doing a lot of work.
Okay.
So because I can reach them in week 12, I have to send a hurried email. Hey, hey, your scores are missing. And then week 12, they're busy studying for other finals. I don't know if I hear back. And Foothill says, this is the last day for you to submit grades. I'll say, well, according to the data, this is an F.
Okay.
Yeah. Because now is your time to check these things and make sure you're on top of everything. Okay.
Okay.
Just let me
Got
know.
it.
Pass this message on. Lots of students are not here.
Okay. I can make a
Alright.
post about it right now.
Nobody's again, nobody's looking at these posts, right? Like Noah doesn't even know where the Reddit is. And so you got to have, you got to make sure the message goes to all students, all of your classmates. Okay. Some of these regulars are not here today for various reasons, right? Maybe life challenges and things like that, but they got to get the message. So please pass it on.
Okay.
I mean, I think like, even if like the visibility isn't the best on Reddit, at least it's something they can check to see like, oh, it was discussed instead of.
Yeah, but we have Canvas announcements that I think has a
true.
higher visibility, right? Because Reddit, you got to go. And most people don't get Canvas. If I make an announcement on Canvas, every single one of you has to get an email, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So even then, people didn't bother to check. So that's why I'm concerned. Okay. Please put this in the center of your radar for now.
Okay.
This is an important thing to have.
There are announcements on Canvas?
All right.
I'm just
Hey,
kidding. I'm
Noah.
just kidding.
Well, I think you're just doing this course for fun. Okay.
Oh my God, it's funny.
All right. Okay. Well, okay. Noah, you got to wake up, man. So talk to your classmates. All right. And find out. But since you've been active and doing all the stuff, you can make up for all these things. Okay. Just get active.
Yeah,
man.
I've been posting in the Discord and Slack and stuff. So
No, 0 points. 0 points. Yeah, even if you say I'm like emeritus professor at Harvard, on Slack and Discord. Okay, no, okay. So all right, good. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Is that all? Do you have any other questions, or we'll meet on Thursday? Okay, we'll take this program to the next level.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you guys for your patience. I'll see you on Thursday.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Jen.